Hi guys, it's Krista. I am coming at you guys today with a hand-lettered journal flip through. I'm going to be taking you guys through my own personal hand-lettered journey, and hopefully you guys will get inspired. So if you want to find out more information, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Pinterest. It's spelled just like this, Krista Marie Design. So this is my hand-lettered journal. I taught a class last month about hand lettering, and I encourage the ladies to all go out and get their own hand lettered journal. You can get these at Michael's and Hobby Lobby, Walmart, anywhere for anywhere between $5 and $10. You want to make sure that you get you something that's got a little bit more thicker paper. You don't want super thin. This is real thick. Just because you might be doing some watercoloring, you might be using some markers that might bleed, things like that. So that's why I always suggest get something that's meant for mixed media. I preferred the spiral bound. You can also get one that is not spiral bound. I just really liked the design on this one. It's kind of pretty. It's just cardboard, but it's really pretty and really plain. And so that's what I used. Along with your hand-lettered journal, you're going to want to get some markers. I love the Tombow dual tips, and this is what I used when I taught my classes, was the Tombow dual tips. I also love the Tombow, you know, I don't know how to say this one, but it comes in a 2-pack, and you have a soft tip and a hard tip. These are my favorite for small lettering. For super skinny lettering, I like the Artist Loft. It comes in a package. You can get one of about 12, or you can get this one that has 24 in it. And they're just fine line. And they're super fine. Super fine line. And then also I have water brushes. So I don't have a whole lot of supplies that I use in my hand lettered journal. You don't have to. You can just start with colored pencils, or even just regular Crayola markers will work just fine. But I do suggest you have a variety of markers in different textures and different widths to be able to work on your journal. So I'm just going to do a little flip through of my journal. I will tell you right now, some of my stuff is not very pretty. And that's because this has been my journal from about 3 months into my hand lettering journey. So it's not perfect. I've done a lot of practice since then. I've worked on some of my techniques. And I just really wanted to show y'all how I keep track of that. And this is really great to go back and look at what I was doing from the beginning. Some mistakes that I had been making, color choices that were not so fantastic. So, but I like to go back and look at this because it reminds me of my progress. And that's a great thing about a hand-lettered journal, is you get to track your progress. So I'm just going to go through these super quick. I'm not going to take a whole lot of time, but I thought y'all might like a little flip through. I just took washi tape and put them on my favorites here so that I can show y'all. This was created with the Artist Loft skinny markers, and these are Crayola markers. This is with a watercoloring. So, and a lot of my ideas, I find them on Pinterest or Instagram. That's a great way to get started in hand lettering, is just to go online and find something you like and copy it, so that you can start getting used to spacing and start getting used to color combinations and things like that. So that's what, after I did a few of them, that's what I started doing. I started going online. I love these. These are kind of like a metallic marker. This one I just found on Pinterest and copied it. This one is one of my favorite doodles. So you can see my hand lettering in the cursive part was not so pretty. Let's see. Here's another one. Here's where I started getting better. And what I do in my hand letter journal, if I find a new alphabet that I love, I go ahead and write it in here so that I can reference it when I'm working on future work and I need something just a little bit different. So that was this one right here. And this is just copied right off of Pinterest. This one was my own design. And as you can see, I'm starting to get better with my hand lettering, or with my cursive. This was a fun, just plain font. This was one of my favorite fonts that I've done, Baby Lexi font. I found that on Pinterest as well. And see, I go ahead and reference where I found it from too, just so that I know in the future when I'm teaching a class or something, if somebody wants to know, I can tell them where I found it at. But this was kind of fun to do. And this entire art piece is done with the Artist Loft markers. Here's another watercolor piece that I did. I haven't posted this one online because I totally misspelled joyful, but that's okay. I still wanted to show y'all that you can mix up different fonts. So I'm starting to get a little better on my handwriting. This was a fun font that I did that kind of looked like trees, like tree sticks. It was a lot of fun. This is another watercolor that I did. Here I started doing things like blending with watercolor. So this is, you know, it's fantastic to be able to go back and pull ideas for projects that I'm working on, scrapbook pages I might be making, or a card I might be making. I can pull ideas where I did the blending of colors. This was a great wreath piece. I am in love with wreath pieces. I need to do them more often. Here's another one. These were done with chameleon markers, and so I did some blending with those. It was the first time I'd ever tried that. And just some little doodles. This was interesting. I tore them out, but actually it took me 3 times to get this one right. It was a lot of flourishes and swashes. This was the first one I had tried like that. So it was a lot of fun, but hard to do. This was my first one that I had done blending with Copics, and it's kind of hard to see, but I had done some blending with some Copic markers. Again, this is just copied right off of Pinterest, I believe. No, this one was an Instagram one. I copied this one off of Instagram. Changed the colors. That's kind of something, as I started getting further along, I decided I was a little more brave with color choices, so I decided to start changing things up. I think the original one was blue and green, so I changed it to yellow and orange just to give myself a little bit of a challenge. Same thing with this one. This one was off of Pinterest, I believe, but then I added my own doodles and did it in my own colors. This was the first time I had tried bounce lettering, and I love it. You're going to see a lot more of this because the bounce lettering is where it goes further above and below where it's supposed to, where it normally goes. But I absolutely love bounce lettering, and this was the first time I had tried that. Here's another one where I just mixed up a whole bunch of color. So these are all done with Tombow markers. Beautiful. I love this one. This is probably one of my favorites in this journal. It was the first time I had tried a watercolor background with Tombow markers, so that was fun to do. I actually just copied this quote, but I did it in different colors, so that was a lot of fun. But like I said, that was the first time I had tried that watercolor background. And that's the great thing about my hand letter journal is I can try things that I hadn't ever tried before, get a little more brave. nobody has to necessarily see this. So this gives you a great time to try out some of those things that you've pinned or you've tagged and decided you want to try them. This again was one I had found on Instagram, changed the color, and I also changed a few of the swashes. I wasn't in love with the way she had done it. I really do not like the way I did this but I do like the colors of this, so I went ahead and showed it to you guys. Here's another one that I love. This was doing some blending with the Tombow markers. And I had done it on the light bulbs as well. So this is where I'm getting a little bit more brave and I'm starting to change things and make it more my own. And then the last one, it's kind of hard to read, but it says find joy in the ordinary. And I did like this really cute rose border. But if you can see that, each letter is two-toned, and so that was a blending technique that I had done with the Tombows. So, but like I said, this is a great way for you to track your progress, for you to record some ideas that you might have. If you find a font online that you like, to add it into here. If you have color combos that you really love, that's my next project, is to add a color combo sheet so that I can see things that I've done before that I actually love, and actually write down the number of the marker. So if you are interested, I do have a hand letter workshop coming up next month in September. I'm going to repeat the same workshop I did in August. I'm going to be doing Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 3 p.m. That's 2 different classes, so you can choose whether you do all Tuesdays or all Saturdays. And we do things like we cover basics of holding a pen, which markers to use, which ones are easier and harder. We cover the alphabet. We cover difficult letters to put together. We also cover swashes, which are the flourishes like this. And we do a couple of projects together. So it's a really great class if you are interested in expanding your hand lettering techniques. And if you're not local, I'm hoping to get that recorded and actually start offering them online in probably beginning October or November. So keep an eye out for that if you are not local. Again, you can find me at Krista Marie Design all over online. So just be looking for that information. I am also starting a hand-lettered club, and this one I am super excited about. It's unlike anything in our town right now. And this is going to be something that it's a monthly club. It'll be automatic billing. So if you are not local, it is okay, because we're going to be doing this online as well. But it'll be $8 a month without the marker, $12 a month if you want to get the marker of the month. So for example, August, if I decide I'm doing number 296 and you do this $12 a month, you're going to automatically get the marker along with your video. If you do not want the marker, then it'll be $8 a month. It is automatic billing. It's set up all online. We're going to have a local monthly meetup with other hand letter artists, but at the meetup, we will be recording the tutorials or the technique that I'll be covering with them. And it'll be anything from a new font for us to try, a new technique to try with markers. Maybe it's a new tool that's come to hand lettering, or a tip and things like that. So I'm going to be recording those, and they'll be available online whether you come to the monthly meetups or not. So if you're not local, this is a great way for you to expand your hand lettering and really challenge yourself. So at the monthly meetup, there will be hands-on help. I will be there to help you try new things. For example, like this right here. You know, it looks real simple, but sometimes it's a little difficult to get those the spacing and stuff, I will be there to help you. You can write out whatever words you want, and I'll be there to help you with that. You'll also be able to fellowship with other artists. I'm going to have a private Facebook group for just the Hand Letter Club. And so you'll be able to post your ideas. There'll be challenges in the group, and you'll be able to fellowship with other hand letter artists. There will also be project ideas for you to do for gifts and for your own crafting. And then, like I said, if you do the $12 a month, you're going to get a new Tombow marker every month. And you can change that billing, whichever membership you decide you want to do. So this is a great thing that I am super excited about. I really think it's going to go over well. We are going to launch this on September 1st. There will be signups on September 1st, and our first class meetup video will go live on September 22nd. So you have plenty of time to really think about it. I'm going to be talking more about this, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of information in case you were interested in signing up. Again, you can find me online. You can find me at Krista Marie Design. Make sure not to put an S at the end. There is a Krista Marie Designs out there. That is not me. You want to make sure that you are Krista Marie Design. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Pinterest. I am posting at all 4 of them. And I do tutorials and all kinds of things like that. If you are interested in signing up for my newsletter, please leave your email below or contact me and send me your email, and I will add you to my newsletter. My newsletter covers all of my workshops. It covers tutorials, what's going on in my business locally and online. And I post a lot of goodies in my newsletters, and that usually comes once a week, so it's not too much. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little flip through, and I hope to see you guys later. Thanks.